This episode of WisBusiness.com, the show, is brought to you by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, Madison Gas and Electric, and the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee.
Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Coming up, Tom Still explains why we should keep more U.S. educated immigrants in America. And Justin Sisley talks about a startup business that is only in Wisconsin written all over it, scooter cabs. First, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for mid-July. Rising bank optimism. The latest survey of bank execs by the Wisconsin Bankers Association shows half of respondents expect the state's economy to grow over the next 6 months. Survey results also forecast steady demand for business loans and increased stability in the housing industry. In addition, the Bankers Association says 1 in 5 respondents expects businesses in their market area to hire in the next 6 months. And falling, the Appleton Papers acquisition. A deal that would have seen Appleton Papers acquired by a Texas firm has been scrapped. The CEO and chairman of Appleton says volatile market conditions killed the transaction. But a longtime industry consultant familiar with a century-old coated paper company questions that. In any event, the breakup of the deal leaves Appleton without a suitor as it strives to turn an annual profit and cope with the decline of its single largest market, carbonless paper. Tom Still is next with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
What has made Grant Thornton one of the largest accounting organizations in the world, with resources in more than 100 countries worldwide? Is it their global capabilities, or is it their passion for how they serve their clients? Grant Thornton.
Ankita Garwal is a 2-time finalist in the Wisconsin Governor's Business Plan Contest and a biochemical engineer whose work promises to help doctors treat patients with slow-to-heal skin wounds. He's even started a Madison-based company, Embed Biosciences, to commercialize his discoveries. Too bad Wisconsin and the United States nearly lost him over a long and largely senseless immigration problem. Agarwal, a native of India, was a postdoctoral researcher at the UW-Madison when he developed a novel way to cut infection rates in skin wounds. His struggle to obtain a specialized visa was featured in a June report by the Partnership for a New American Economy, a bipartisan group that believes immigration laws prevent the best and brightest foreign-born students from staying in the United States. It's an issue that ties directly to workforce and economic development in Wisconsin. While Agarwal eventually received an extraordinary ability visa from the government, it was not before paying about $12,000 in application and legal fees. The wait itself threatened his ability to stay in Wisconsin and the United States, even though he's precisely the kind of immigrant the nation should want to attract. Similar roadblocks are thrown up tens of thousands of times each year in the United States, which annually graduates nearly 40,000 foreign-born students with master's or doctoral degrees in science, technology, engineering, and math. And yet, we throw most of them out to return home and start companies that compete with American companies. It's a situation former Google CEO Eric Schmidt described as madness. Skeptics might ask, aren't immigrants taking jobs from native-born citizens? Not in the case of scientists, engineers, and technicians, which remain in short supply due to decades of decline in the production of American-born students in those fields. While American kids were majoring in finance or the social sciences, foreign-born students were competing to become scientists and engineers. Now that those foreign-born students are earning advanced degrees in U.S. universities, the immigration system is preventing most of them from staying, just as they're needed most. The solutions include granting permanent residency, green cards, to foreign students who earn graduate degrees in science and technical fields, creating a startup visa for foreign-born entrepreneurs who want to use their research to form companies, and removing caps on the H-1B temporary high-skilled visa. In Wisconsin, the legislature could expand the existing education tax credit so that employers could use it to hire people from outside Wisconsin, whether they're from Indiana or India. Other major countries have already eased their visa processes for foreign students and innovators. In a competitive economy that is increasingly global, it only makes sense for the United States and Wisconsin to do the same.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Justin Sisley, co-owner of Scooter Cabs, a business aimed at getting drunks from behind the wheel while helping them get their cars home.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Justin Sisley, co-owner of Scooter Cabs, a Madison-based business that provides a unique service for people who don't want to drink and drive. Thanks for joining us, Justin.
Thanks for having me.
How does Scooter Cabs work, and how did you come up with the idea?
Basically, when you drive yourself to a bar and you have a few too many, happy hour turns into happy hours. We come to you on a folding motor scooter. It goes in a leak-proof bag in the trunk of the car, and we drive you home in your own car, then pop the scooter out and drive back. The idea really came from a TV show I saw a couple of years ago. They have it in London, and it's pretty popular there. I figured that Madison has a lot of drinkers, and there'd be a good amount of people who could use this service.
But if someone has been drinking, are they sober enough to do the smart thing and call you?
The ones that call us are generally the more responsible of the people who are going out. The ones that really have a need for their car in the morning, maybe it's a weeknight or you got to take the kids to soccer the next day. Most people tend to be pretty responsible and do the right thing. They'd much rather do that than risk anything bad happening to them or their car or anybody else.
And what happens if something goes wrong with a client's car? How do you protect yourself from liability?
Well, in the state of Wisconsin, and I think in all other states, you insure a vehicle and not a driver. So your car insurance actually covers one of our drivers driving your car, and everybody signs a waiver ahead of time saying that they have the insurance and they understand that it covers us driving their car. On top of that, we also have our own excess policy with $1 million limit on it, so should anything happen and we exceed the limits on your policy, ours would then kick in.
Thanks, Justin, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.